This is a quick tutorial on the process of creating an article from scratch through completion. Now I'm going to go here this is to the editor's email address, and I just used this because I wanted to find an article that was relevant. So there's a story here about a golf course in Nicaragua that's a resort, and they've got a golf course that was built by this gentleman here, David McClay Kidd, who's sort of one of the better known architects in the world. And so that sort of gave this an interest for me. And the fact that the golf course would be in Nicaragua, which is not a place that people generally go to. So I thought it might be an interesting little piece to do for the bucket list golf. And you can sort of see from this picture that obviously looks pretty good. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to deal with the picture first. So I'm just going to click to download it. And then I am going to click to show in Finder. And here it is. It's a 186 PNG, so it's not exactly a large file. We'll look at it anyway. So I'm just going to drag that down over Photoshop. This works. So this is a picture that they've got, and I'm just going to Command I, Option Apple I. We can see that it's only 5 by 4 inches at 72 resolution, so it's not really usable. But I'm going to leave it up for a minute. Now I'm going to go back to my email here, and I'm going to look at their website. And when I go to their website, I'm looking primarily for to see whether they indicate pictures that they might have a gallery here, but they don't. I'll scroll down. Lots of shots of people playing. This is a pretty good shot here, but it's a little too far away, so that's fine. So I'll scroll down to the bottom. There's nothing about images, but I wanted to show you something off the top here that I really did like. Is this image right here. And what I can do with it is actually go Apple Shift 4 in Mac, which is to control screen capture, and take that screenshot, go over to Photoshop, open that, go to my desktop, and see this screenshot that I've got here is actually huge. Option Apple I, it's now, for our working with Lucid Press, we want to make sure that we're talking about 150 line screen. So I'm going to turn the resample off so that it changes. When I type in 150 for the resolution, this turns into a 16-inch wide image, which is bigger than what I need. Generally, all of our articles that we create are always single-page ones. So in the case of this, I'd be making this 8 inches. I would turn the resample on right and make this 8.25 inches, which is the width of our page. Keep it at 150 resolution, and you see it gets smaller. So I would sort of look at this and go, no, I'm not going to do that because I want to keep this quote, which I couldn't get rid of anyway. And so I'm going to look at what I want to keep out of this image. In order to keep that text bigger. So I could crop this basically, I want the golf course. I want to sort of show the hotel, so maybe this shape here will work better as a half page. So I'll crop on that, go Option Apple I again, turn it to 150, and you'll see that it's basically 10 inches in width, which is pretty close to what close. So now I'll turn the resample on, turn that down to 8.25, and now I've got a 6-inch high image. So select all, and now to make this into a full page, I simply go Option Command C and make the height of this 10.75. And now I have the true size of what we use in Lucid Press. So I've got this nice image here that works this layer is locked. I'm going to turn that layer off, just turn it into a layer. I'm going to select this, both of these, because I don't really want them. So I'm just going to delete that. So I've got to, and now I'm going to think about how I want to lay this out in Lucid Press's page. So if I set this up like this, generally our titles, our headers go there. So that's why I'm going to leave that there, so I can put the header in there. I've got this nice little quote here. I've also taken some other pictures I'm just going to show you. So I've also got this picture here that they sent to us. I'm just going to go all and copy that and see how big it is. Now remember, when I bring it in here, it's automatically changed to the 150 resolution. So that's the size that it would be, which is actually quite fine for me. I can put that right there. And now I've got a page set up where I've got the bottom half of the page for text and the top half of the page for images. I've also got a couple other images. I'm just going to get rid of this now because I don't want it. I've also taken these images as well. And I like this one that shows this golf hole as well. So I'm going to bring that one in here as well. And I'm going to put that basically right there. It's showing the ocean is really what I want it to do, right? So I'm just going to Apple T on it, move it down to that size, put it right about there. Get this one, move it in the same position, Apple T it, move it to the right size, move it up a bit. And now I've got a fairly decent set for what we need to do. So this image is now, I'm going to just go Apple Shift S. And this is one of the situations where Lucid Press charges us for storage. So I'm not going to do this here, but sometimes I might do a save for web optimization. I'm not going to do this here. I'm just going to save it as Apple Shift S for save as, and save it as a JPEG. And here's Nicaragua. And I'm going to call this IGDM, which is IG Digital Magazine 1701, which will be 2017 January issue. And I'm going to call this like a golf course hyphen full page underscore credit golf course. We generally put in the credit in there if we can, to indicate who's supposed to be who the image is supposed to be credited to. So now we've got this image, and I'm going to keep this as a large file for the moment. We'll do some testing later to find out what are the sort of optimal sizes in order to keep images small but large. And so now I've got an image. I went to the website and got some text for it, and I'm going to that I pulled off of their website to flesh out what they sent us in the email. So I've got a little more than what we talked about. The other part about this is the creation of a article ID. And that happens either if you're not in production, you actually put this into something called the editorial creation Google spreadsheet. But in our case, we're bypassing that, and we're going to do it right into here. So what I'm saying here is I want to say this is sort of I'm going to take this here, and then I'm going to use this little line here as their working title. As you can see, working title. I'm going to throw into here a couple of things. I'm going to throw in the link to the website. Then option return to get to the next line. And then I'm also going to go back over here, and I'm going to look at this, and I'm going to throw in the golf course website. Copy that. And the point I'm showing this to you is so that if somebody is getting an article ready for us, they can help the person who's going to write it. Okay. In this case, this is not really necessary because I've already pulled this out. So that's a couple of the websites. There was a third one here that I will throw in here. They had something about David McKay Kids, so I'm just going to flip that up as well. And this is his personal website design site. So I'll add that into here as well. Option return, paste. I'm going to click on here and put the date that this is posted, which is Thursday the 12th. And the person posting is my three initials, JDS. And there's no real due date for this. This is not critical. It's not going out tomorrow. But I'm going to give it a due date of, I'll say, next Wednesday. And I'm looking for this to be around a 200 word to 300 word article. And the magazine count we don't need to do. So you can see here that it's automatically given the next sequential article ID, which is 1701038. That's 2017 January and the 38th article posted. Now if we go over here to the this third form in this Google spreadsheet, the third page sheet, you'll see that some of this information, if we scroll down, we'll see that that's fine. Copy, paste. And now, so we've got a reference for this. Now we have to indicate, I'm going to scroll up just a bit so we're right at the top for our R1. And you'll see that there's these items up here. The first, what we have to do is indicate where it's supposed to go. The primary website is going to appear. So I want this definitely to go in the next. I've still got the old Inside Golf website because we're using it for newsletters right now. So I'm going to have this one posted there. I'm also going to have it posted to the BCG website. Actually, I'm not going to post it to the BCG website, but. Now this date submitted should be equal. I'm just going to show this to you so that you can see how these are created. If I hit equal sign here, go back over to the entry page and say the date submitted, which is right there. When I hit return, that now has that date put into it. And I'll just make this wider so it's visible. And the date that this gets posted to this primary website, that date field gets in. And then if it has been proofed by anybody, this field gets set in as well. So now, because it hasn't been posted to this website yet, this needs to be yellow. So if I go up here and copy this, click on here and right click on it and go down to paste special and paste format only, it brings in the yellow color. So yellow means it hasn't been done yet. Green means that it has. Okay, so it has been submitted. So I could make this green, not really would mean too much. But so each one of these, I want this to go in the Inside Golf newsletter. I definitely also want it to go, and this is where we're headed with Lucid Press, is to put it in the Inside Golf digital magazine. And if it's going in there, I want to put it in the British Columbia Golf Bulletin as well, simply because we like to put sort of these kind of getaway kind of places into this. So each of these should be yellow as well. And now that I've done one, I can actually do this by go Apple C and just go Apple V, and that fixes that. So this is now a complete article. We've got a title for it. We've got some information we pulled off a website that I've got in text edit. We've got a date submitted. We've indicated where we want to go. We've indicated where we want what website we want to post it to. We've indicated what newsletter we want to go out in, and we also have indicated what digital magazines it's going into. Now I'm going to add in one more color here right now. The problem one is basically if something's going wrong or if it's urgent. So if this was a time-sensitive article, I would make it pink. I would use this color here for it, which you can see up there is that color there, to indicate, hey, that this is not something to be ignored. But this is not a time-sensitive piece, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to stop this here now and do this as a part one. And in the next one, we will take this article and I'll take this text edit text while we take a break. I'll turn this into an article that we're going to post up onto the Inside Golf website. Okay, stay tuned.